This is 5-minute sermons, topics to talk about. I've been thinking a lot about trees lately, partly because one broke the side window of my van the other day, but I was thinking about them before then too. Trees are all over the place in the Bible. And if you're anything like me, you may have never really thought about it too much. We know about the 2 trees in the garden, the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. We know there are some trees in Revelation at the end, and there are probably some mentioned elsewhere. Well, that's exactly right. There are several hundred references to trees that I've been studying about this week. But this is only a 5-minute sermon. So I want to look at 2 passages, mirrored passages actually, direct parallels, and what they tell us about trees. In Psalm 1, verse 3, "Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly." Skipping down, "But his delight is the law of the Lord. He meditates on it day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that brings forth its fruit in its season, whose leaf also shall not wither, and whatever he does shall prosper." This is the fate, this is the destiny, this is the result, says God, of the one who delights in the laws of the Lord. One who is wholeheartedly devoted to and loves God's law and his way. Let's flip a little farther back and look at the mirror passage. This is in Jeremiah 17. I'll read verses 7 and 8. "Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, and whose hope is the Lord. For he shall be like a tree planted by the waters, which spreads out its roots by the river, and will not fear when heat comes. Its leaf will be green, and will not be anxious in the year of drought, nor will cease from yielding fruit." Similar, but a few other nuances compared to Psalms. Brethren, we are supposed to be like trees. God created trees for many reasons, but he put them here partly to teach us, to use them as examples. We are supposed to be like trees. Deep roots, well watered, not affected by droughts or winds or heat. Trees are resilient, they're strong. They can stand up to whatever comes for the most part. God wants us to be like trees, and he wants to bless us in being prosperous, in being abundant, in being stable and well-rooted, and able to serve others with our fruit, with our shelter, with all of the things that we can see a physical tree, like the one right here behind me. That tree just goes. I don't know how old it is. May have been here at the founding of our country, for all we know. It's a beautiful old pin oak, and I see it out my bedroom window every morning. And it makes me think, God wants me to be like a tree. He wants me well-rooted. He wants me stable and dependable and able to serve everyone around me. Are you like a tree? May we all be like trees. Meditate on what God wants for us and how we can use our fruit to benefit those around us. That's what I think. What do you think? Happy Sabbath. Just in case you were wondering, this is how big that tree is. Pretty cool.